Hey guys, Joe the Auto Guy here. Today I teamed up with Pennzoil to bring you this video. Hey guys, Joe the Auto Guy here. A little while back, Pennzoil invited me out to Houston. And the sole purpose was to kind of give me an undertaking of the events and also get a little, behind the scenes action of what the race teams actually go through. Also, while compensating me to make this video. One of the key things was actually I got to be down there and have all the hospitality treatment, also with having a couple other YouTubers that do the same thing as I do and meet with them and see their angles of how they do stuff. It made the whole trip, whole event just fun, and it was just great to partake in it. One of the most interesting things that I actually learned down there is the cars obviously go pretty fast and you see them on TV. If you haven't witnessed it ever firsthand, it is a total different experience, and I really recommend that you do it. The cars have 10,000 horsepower. They go on the track in under 3 seconds for the top fuel, and it's just an amazing thing to see. And again, one of the things that I was really surprised of is that they actually run the fuel pumps at 10% power when they do the burnout for the track and kind of reline up. Then they release it to full power, and the fuel pumps are actually crank driven, which is just something I didn't know, and it just really surprised me, and just know that there's that much force going through those to suck in that much fuel to go that fast. After every run, they actually tear down the engine completely to replace pistons, rods, cylinder heads. They go through the entire engine assembly after every run. It takes about 40 minutes start to finish, and they just get the car right in there, take the body off, and they start going to town on it. And they all work in unison with each other, and it was just kind of a great thing of team dynamics to see, where you don't normally think people are working that hard next to each other, but they're all focused on their one job and what they do. And ultimately, after each run, this equivalates to about $10,000 in parts to get the thing back on the track for the next run, and that's every run. We also had a little opportunity to learn about Pennzoil full synthetic. Oil is actually made from natural gas, and instead of thinking like crude oil, they're filtering out all the bad stuff to get their base oil. Natural gas goes into a vapor, and they kind of collect the oil droplets from the process, and the base oil ends up being almost crystal clear. The base oil is actually so clear that they, a while ago, Pennzoil filmed a commercial with a yellow Challenger. I'm sure as many of you saw. They actually filmed that whole commercial through their base oil with a plastic slate to show how clear it is. Actually, the cameras all had that oil film in front of them. It was just kind of crazy to see it's that clear before they put the additives and everything else into it. A couple other dealerships that I know of, and one I work at personally, have been switching this for the higher end BMWs, Porsches, and anything that has variable valve timing. Really, we've been kind of switching to that with the natural gas treatment, and so far I've been working out and we haven't any issues with it. And I will actually be using it in my future MR2 project car. Okay, and the one last thing to finalize this video up is I actually got a chance to meet some of the race drivers and talk with them about how important sponsors are to them. The amount of cost for an entire season is just phenomenal in what they go through. Like I said, $10,000 a run, they're going down at least 6-7 times a day, if not more. And that's equivalates to, you're talking $100,000 a day just in parts and everything else and fuel getting down to their events. Having a sponsor like Pennzoil is just so important to make sure the financial side of it is done. And to have one like Pennzoil is just great. We actually had a chance to sit down and meet with Matt Hagen, one of the Pennzoil driver for the funny car, and talking about all the struggles that these race teams go through. And I mean, just the whole team, or race teams, are pretty much like a family. They all take care of each other, even though they're competing with each other weekend to weekend. It just is a great kind of family vibe. They all, they'll talk smack on the track, and they're shaking hands and in the hospitality tents and everything else. And it was just kind of a very fun experience to see. So overall, it was a great experience, and I'd really like to thank Pennzoil for having me out there. If you ever happen to have an opportunity to go out to an NHRA event, I highly recommend you do so. Hope you liked the video, and you have a great day.
De batería.